So here we are, College Knowledge. We're going to go over an overview, enrollment registration, instruction, support services, and then also miscellaneous. Shelton State, this is a community college or a two-year school. Advantages of attending a community college are, or this one specifically, it's accredited, okay, which means that the classes that you take here are going to transfer to another school, okay? If of course, it's in the program of study and the STARS guide and you've met other requirements. There are some community colleges that are not accredited, okay, and those classes will not transfer. The class sizes are generally smaller than most of your four-year schools, which is better for you all. Also, it's more affordable than four-year schools. There are two campuses, the Fred campus and Martin campus. This is the Martin campus. There are libraries on both campuses. There are academic and technical classes on both campuses. And also there are support services on both campuses. The administration, Dr. Andrea Mayfield, she is our current president. We have 5 deans. Dean of Instruction, Dean of Students, Dean of Human Resources, Dean of Auxiliary Services, and then also we have the Dean of the Fred campus. This is an overview of an aerial of Shelton State Community College. You'll see that this campus, the Martin campus, is one big building. You can get from point A to point B on the other side without ever having to go outside. On the Fred campus, it is over across the railroad track, which means you have to wait on a train, right? Yes, there's 7 miles in between this campus and the Fred campus, okay? Be aware though, because you would think that you could travel that pretty quickly, but the road there, you cannot, okay? So don't schedule a class here that ends at 10:15 and one that starts there at 10:30, okay? You need to allow at least 30 minutes to get from this campus to the other campus, okay? So be aware of that. At Fred campus, there are administration offices, classrooms, financial aid. The Learning Center is over there, which has tutoring. Respiratory therapy program is over there, as well as security. This is an aerial of the Fred campus, and you will see that is several different buildings that are that make up that campus. Over at Fred, they've got the adult education program, automotive technology and auto body repair, wellness. The Unity Center is located over at the Fred campus. GED classes are located at the Fred campus, mathematics, carpentry. These are the different building numbers that you're seeing. And then also the culinary program is offered over at the Fred campus. Any questions or comments so far? All right, enrollment and registration, you do not have to apply every single term that you're here, okay? You've already done that, so you are good to go for right now. The assessment and placement testing, some of you took the Compass test, some of you came on your ACT or your SAT scores. Basically, the scores that you've made are what put you in the classes that you're taking, okay? You can retest parts of Compass. If you were a student that scored really close to the cut line, it's advisable to take the Compass test again to see if you can place up in a higher class. It's going to save you time, and it's also going to save you money. It is the mandatory placement and starting point. Whatever you scored, there's a correlation to the classes that it puts you in to help you to become successful. Course numbers, less than 100, those are considered developmental classes, and those classes help to strengthen your foundation so that you will be more successful in college level classes. Okay, so if you've got a class that you're taking that is below 100 level, okay, that is a class to help you become more successful in college courses. 100 level classes are generally your freshman level classes, and then 200 level classes are generally your sophomore level classes. Each student is required to have a program of study. This program of study basically is determines what classes that you take. Okay? If you're in nursing students have a program of study where they have to take a certain set of classes. If you are a transfer student, you will have a certain set of classes to either get the Associate of Arts or the Associate of Science. And then there's also an Associate of Applied Science program of study as well. Okay? Financial aid will not pay for classes that are not listed on your program of study. Okay? So you have already declared a program of study when you applied. The STARS guide, which was up there, if you are transferring to a 4-year school in the state of Alabama, you need to make sure that you're taking classes that are listed on that STARS guide. Okay, that way, the classes that you take here, okay, will also transfer to UAB, Alabama, Montevallo, Auburn, University of West Alabama, University of North Alabama. Okay, wherever you're going, those classes will transfer if they're on that STARS guide. Choosing your classes, prepare. We are open the first day of class. You can expect homework on the first day of class in a lot of your classes. Okay, so be there and be ready to go. Paper, pencil in hand, you name it. Make sure that you've met the prerequisites to be in the class that you have signed up to be in. There's different types of classes. There are face-to-face classes, which is what this is. Okay, we meet weekly. There's also classes that meet only online, which means you don't come to Shelton. You do everything via computer. And then there's a combination. Some classes do both. Okay, some classes meet regularly face-to-face, but then they also have computer component as well. What campus is the class located? Is it Fred or Martin? And make sure, it's very important that you know that when you're scheduling your classes. Okay, because you don't want to be here, have to go over to Fred, and then have to come back. Okay, because you weren't very careful when you did your schedule. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Enrollment and registration. We've already gone over this a little bit. Different kinds of classes. Full-term class, which is what most of your math and English and biology classes will be. Your orientation class is a split-term class, which means it only meets for half the semester. There are split terms for first split term, which is what this is, and also second split term. So if some of you want to pick up a second split term come July, you can do that during this time period. Okay? It's entirely up to you. Our schedule, fall classes generally run from late August to December, spring, January to early May, and then summer will be late May to early August. Section numbers 01 to 49 are day classes. The 50s are going to be your evening classes. This is just to help you when you register. 60s are first split term classes. 70s are second split term. And then 80s are online classes. And you can look at your syllabus and see this is ORI 101, section 61. Okay, because we are a first split term class. All right, ways to pay. Financial aid, of course, will help pay for classes. There are scholarship opportunities that are available. You'll need to check the website for those. And you can receive financial aid and scholarships. Okay, so you need to look into that to see if you qualify. Tuition fees are based on the number of credit hours that you're taking. Most classes will be from 1 credit hour like this one to a 4 credit hour like a math class. And it determines how often the class meets and the length of the class time as well. There are deadlines for financial aid, so make sure that you follow them. They're really great about sending out emails, and also it's posted, on the website and the video monitors that are around campus. Dropping and adding classes. You can drop classes during the first 2 days of class, and that is not affected or not shown up on your transcript. Okay, if you do it within the first two days of class. When you withdraw from class, that will show up on your transcript. Okay, so you need to be careful about that because that also can affect your financial aid. Okay, the number of times that you withdraw from classes. Did you have a question?
I want to know that do our financial aid depends on our credit hours?
No. Well, yes, it does, because you're going to get paid for the classes. If you receive full financial aid monies, okay, the maximum allotment, is going to depend on, you're going to get paid for the classes that you're taking. If you're taking 9 hours, then it's going to pay for those 9 hours. If you're taking 12 hours, it's going to pay for those 12 hours, if you get the full amount.
If we're taking like 9, it's not paying our pockets, our financial aid is paying first for us, it's paying for us.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Nope. All right. Books and software. You can buy used books. You can buy new books. Pell Grant will pay for books. However, there is a deadline, so you need to make sure that you adhere to that deadline. Okay. Access codes. If you're taking a class that utilizes a computer platform such as my Math Lab, my reading lab, my writing lab, those access codes can't be used over and over again. It's a one-time only thing. So, if your friend says, hey, you can just borrow my access code, well, you can't because it's not valid. Okay, you have to buy your own access cards. But textbooks you can. You can buy them used and you can buy them new. Academic class days and times, look at your schedule to make sure that they're all working out correctly. Be on time for class and stay the entire time. Like I said, you cannot learn if you're not here. That's the bottom line. There are instructors that will give pop quizzes at the beginning of the class time. If you're not there, you don't get those bonus points or you don't get those points. Okay? You need to be in class. Class sizes will vary. Some classes will have 35 students. Some classes may only have 15 students. It just depends on the class that you're taking. And like I said earlier, expect to have class on the first day and expect to have homework as well. Okay? You should get a syllabus. We've already gone over our syllabus in class. It should also have a course outline. I showed you where our course outline was. It'll have the test days, the final exams. Remember, it's going to be it could be on a different schedule. Okay? The times will also be different. Okay, so make sure that you're looking at your semester exam and when it is. For example, we'll often have final exams on a Friday. We don't have classes on Friday, right? Right, so if you have your math exam on a Friday and you get to the week before and say, oh my goodness, I didn't take off work, can I take my exam time differently? No, because you've known since the beginning of the semester when that math exam was going to be. Okay, so make sure, that you're proactive and that you know these things. Okay. Also, if you have an 11:30 class that starts, your exam is going to probably start about 10:30. Okay, so don't show up at 11:30 because chances are you're not going to get to take that exam. All right, so make sure you are aware of your final exam schedule. Absences, when you're not here, you're missing instruction. Okay, and that's the bottom line. You're not going to learn if you're not here. Same thing with tardies. If you're not here, you're missing information. Makeup work, note-taking. It's very important that you're taking notes in class, that you're using your notes to help you study effectively, and that your notes are good and thorough. Okay? Makeup work. If you have an excused absent, your instructor will allow you to make up makeup work with that documented excuse. Student hours versus office hours. All the instructors at Shelton State are required to have student hours. And this is a time that the instructors have set aside just to help you. They can't be at another committee meeting. They can't be at another committee during that time. They are there to help you. During office hours, they have to be on campus, okay? But they could be doing another duty, another commitment, or another whatever else that they need to do as part of their job during their office hours. But their student hours, that is for you, okay? So I would advise you to utilize it. Communication with your instructors. I can't tell you how important it is that you have an open line of communication with your instructors. It is vital, okay? And all I'm talking about is making eye contact. You'll notice I've made eye contact with almost every single one of you. I'm dodging computers trying to look you in the eye, okay? Because it's that important. Okay, it's important that you look at your instructors in the eye. It's important that you say, hey, have a great day, or, how was your weekend? Okay, just that small chit-chat. Chances are, if you're struggling in a class and you've got that informal communication dialogue already established, you're going to go and get help from your instructor, which is what you need to do. Okay, it's the students who sneak into class in the back and then sneak out, never look at the instructor in the eye, never say hello, never say goodbye, that they don't ask for help because they don't have that open communication. Okay, it's very, very, very important that you have that open communication. Differences between high school and college. There's some big differences. In high school, you all were in school about 7 hours every day, which was a good part of your day, right? In college, you may be here 4 hours. Okay, so what are you going to do with all that time? Hopefully you're going to study, okay? Hopefully you're going to study. In high school, you may have 6 to 9 tests per grading period. In college, you're going to have 2 to 4, okay? In high school, you had 1 chapter for the most part on each test. In college, you could have 3 chapters on each test. A lot more information to study, right? A lot more. In high school, a lot of your tests were getting the answers right, okay? parroting back the right answer that they have already given you. In college, it's going to be thinking through the material to get the answers right. Okay, that critical thinking that you need to be utilizing. Okay, and this is where the big difference is. The responsibility for teaching and learning. In high school, 80% of it fell on your teacher's shoulders. In college, 80% of it is going to fall on your shoulders. Okay, it's what you do outside of class is going to determine how successful you are. What you do outside of class is going to determine how successful you are. If you have class on a Tuesday, Thursday, and you have class Thursday and you don't open up that material again until Tuesday, you're only hurting yourself. Okay? Because a lot of time has elapsed between that time span. Okay? You're only hurting yourself. So what you do to help you be successful. Students believe that college is harder. It's not. It's more challenging, but it's also the responsibility is on your shoulders. You're in class less often. You have fewer tests. A lot of times students get into the mindset of, I don't have anything to do. Have a paper in 3 weeks. Well, that's a great time to start writing that paper because how many times can you go and get it proofread by the tutors? So when you turn it in, you know it's a good paper because you've had it proofread by the tutors. Okay? So don't fall into that mindset. You apply your own homework to yourself to make you be successful. If your math instructor says work these 10 problems, you go and do 35. Okay? Just because they say do 10, that doesn't mean that's what you have to stop. Okay? You need to be rereading your notes. You need to be looking at your notes, rewriting your notes. These are some things that are going to help make you more successful. If you will study 15 minutes per class every single day, you would be amazed at how much higher your test grades will be. I promise you. Every single day, 15 minutes per class, your grades will be a whole lot better because the more often you do things, the more often your brain remembers it, right? It's just like shooting a layup. It's just like shooting a free throw, right? You do those in practice, don't you? Every single day? Yeah. So when you get to the ball game, it makes it a whole lot easier, right? Yeah, you're not going to just do it the day before. Okay, so why would you study just the day before? Okay, study every single day. There's more information on tests. There's little to no parroting back. It's a total role reversal. Okay, research shows that 85% of college learning happens outside of the classroom. Okay, so what are you going to do for yourself to help you be successful? That's the question. Any questions or comments? Nope. All right, support services that we have at Shelton. We have an advising center, career center, libraries, office of specialized services, and then also the SOAR Institute. The advising center, it is located on the first floor. They help you with your course selection, advice on dropping and adding classes, scheduling classes, withdrawing from classes. You schedule to meet appointments on either campus. If you've got all of your classes on the Fred campus, your advisor will go over there to the Fred campus to meet with you if that's the best thing for you. Okay? They are your go-to person for questions, is your advisor. The Career Center is also located on the first floor. Interest inventories, resume assistant. They keep up a website that has different job opportunities. And then also we have an interview stream program, which is great. Libraries, like we said, there are libraries on both campuses. You'll see that the library on Martin stays open until 10 p.m. Okay? The library at Fred, it stays open until 5. The library is open on Friday, and it's a great day to come. Okay? Because there's not classes here. There are computers available. There is a copying service. There's no faxing. And also, of course, there's no food and drink in the library, right? You all know that from high school. Office of Specialized Services. This is on the second floor. It's right across from the SOAR Institute. It's for students who need accommodations to help you to be successful. Okay, and that's all an accommodation is putting you on a level playing field so that you can experience success. You do have to have the required documentation. Okay, you can't just go in and say, hey, I think that I would do better if I took my test in that little small room. Okay, there has to be a documentation of why you need to take the test in that smaller room. Accommodations can also be long-term or short-term. For example, maybe you were playing football outside and you fell on your right arm and you broke it, so now your right arm is in a cast. and you're right-handed. Okay? You can get a note taker. Okay? That'll take notes for you for 6 weeks or however long that your hand is in the cast. Okay? The student must initiate the accommodations. If you need accommodations, you have to go and initiate. You have to go and see Ms. Miner so that she can help you get started with that process. And they're not retroactive. And what that means is, if you want to start classes in June, see what you can do. You realize come July that you need more help. Whatever you did in June stays. You can't go back and redo that. Okay, so the accommodations are not retroactive. So if you're a student that received accommodations, go do the paperwork now so that you'll have those accommodations for use the whole entire semester. Okay, possible accommodations are extended time on tests, a note taker, testing in a smaller environment so that you don't have all the extra noise around. The SOAR Institute. We have 3 components of SOAR: tutoring for all students. Tutoring doesn't cost you anything, so why would you not use it? Right? It's free. Okay? It doesn't cost you anything. Navigating and advising for developmental students. If you tested into a certain number of developmental classes, you were assigned a navigator. A navigator is simply an advisor for developmental students. Okay? They're like someone to help you with a whole lot of different things. And then instructional support of developmental courses. Like I said earlier, free tutoring for all students that are enrolled at Shelton State. The SOAR Institute is open from 7:30 until 7:30, Monday through Thursday, and then 8 to 12 on Friday. Math and writing tutors are always available. Okay, there are always going to be a math tutor and a writing tutor there. There will also be specialty tutors such as chemistry and things like that, but they're not there all the time because the need isn't as great for a chemistry tutor as there is for a writing tutor. So make sure if you're needing a chemistry tutor that you look at the website, because it will have an updated list of when the tutors are going to be there. Yes, ma'am?
On the library, do you have to apply for a card?
In order to check out books, yes. And it takes about 2 minutes max.
Okay, does it cost money?
Nope. No, but the good thing, that was a very good question. She asked if you had to have a library card in order to use the library. You don't have to have a library card to use the library, so to speak, but if you want to check out books, yes, you do have to have a library card. And it's just, one of those little bitty cards. It's got a little barcode at the bottom. It doesn't cost anything to get, and it takes them about, I kid you not, a minute to do it. I mean, it's very, very quick. But the good thing about it is you can also use, with that card from Shelton, you can use the libraries at Alabama and at Stillman. Okay? Which is a great thing. Okay? All right, advisors and navigators. Meet with you after Compass. Most of you should have already met your advisor or your navigator. They help you with course selection and registration. With your navigator, you will schedule regular meetings like every 2 weeks or so, and they will meet with you on either campus. And they'll also give you advice about dropping and adding. You must meet with your advisor or your navigator before you can drop a class. Okay? They've got to hold on your schedule. And also, before you are able to add classes or register for classes for the fall, you're going to have to meet with your advisor or your navigator. Okay? They are your go-to person for questions. Any other questions or comments on support services? Nope. All right, keys to student success. This is these are ideals that we fully embrace and that we think if you'll do these, you have a better chance of succeeding in school. So I'm just going to read them, okay? The keys to becoming a successful college student are broad ideals embraced by Shelton State Community College. The college has high expectations for your success and provides resources whereby you can learn and grow. We challenge you to demonstrate student responsibility by making the decisions and taking the necessary actions to achieve your goals. Helping you achieve your goals is our highest priority. We want you to succeed, and we want to help you succeed. But there are certain things that you have to do in order to succeed. Key one is respect. One key to becoming a successful college student is to treat yourself, your peers, your faculty, and staff with high regard. Portray self-worth through your dress and your behavior. Okay? The way that you dress says a lot about who you are. Okay? Make sure it's professional. This is a professional place. So make sure that you show that professionalism, okay, in the way that you dress and also in the way that you behave, in the way that you act. Acknowledge others' ideas, opinions, and thoughts before listening and responding. Show respect. Key 2 is class attendance. One key to becoming a successful college student is to attend required class times, which includes arriving on time and staying until the class is dismissed. Notify your instructor concerning excused absences or tardies. See instructors to make up missed work. Be prepared by completing assignments and by participating in class activities. Use class times effectively and efficiently. You can't come if you're not here, right? And most of the times, your grades are a direct reflection on the number of classes that you've attended. Okay, especially in most of your classes. If you were there 80% of the time, you can expect about an 80, a B. If you were there 50% of the time, you can pretty much expect about a 50, which is an F. Okay? Come to class. Key 3, study habits. One key to becoming a successful college student is to adopt good study habits. Keep up with assignments, use available resources, and get help when needed. Be aware of how you study best. These habits can make learning new information both easier and quicker and will make study time far more efficient and effective. Just like I said a few minutes ago, if you will study 15 minutes daily for each class, come test time, you're not going to have to cram for 7 hours the night before, okay, because that material is already in your head. Okay, you've taken it to long-term memory. So do that. We do have a college-level study skills class. It's called BSS, Basic Study Skills 118. Okay, it meets once a week. It's a 1-hour class that will help you to learn new study methods and new ways of taking notes and new test-taking strategies to help you to become successful. Key 4 is communication. One key to becoming a successful college student is to use the appropriate method of communication. Face-to-face meetings, phone calls, emails. Keep lines of communication open with faculty, staff, and peers. Communication involves asking questions, listening to understand others. That's a key, because we don't really think about listening as part of communication, okay? But listening is vital. We were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. So what does that mean? You should listen twice as much as you talk. Okay? Twice as much as you talk. So listen to understand others, observing, verifying information received, and then sharing ideas. Use standard English in written and oral communication. Through communication, collaboration, and cooperation occur. Make sure you are in college. We've talked about dressing professionally. Shelton State provides you with a professional email address. Your Bucks email address is, okay? Make sure that you use a professional email address, okay? It is vital that you have a good email address, all right? And then key 5 is time management. And this is one of the most critical things that I can talk to you about is time management. We're actually going to do several assignments in regards to time management because it is so, so critical. One key to becoming a successful college student is to plan and manage how to spend each day, week, and month to achieve desired goals effectively. Maintaining a daily, a weekly, a monthly, and a yearly calendar is essential to managing time. Make a list of what needs to be done, prioritize that list, and then plan accordingly to get it done. I can't tell you how important it is that you need to be planning your days. Okay? How many of you guys do a to-do list every day? Okay, that's what I thought. It's going to be vital when classes get started that you've got everything lined up that you need to get done. Okay? You will accomplish your dreams and your goals a whole lot faster if you've got it mapped out that you know what you're doing. Any questions? We're almost done. All right, if you're on financial aid or Pell Grant, you must pass a certain percentage of classes in order to stay eligible. This is called your completion rate. For example, if you were taking 4 classes, okay, and you drop 2, for whatever reason, you are already below 58% completion rate, which means you're already going to be on probation for financial aid. Okay? You've got to show progress toward a degree in order to remain eligible for financial aid. You must also maintain a certain grade point average to remain eligible for financial aid. Okay? So it's very, very important. And that's another reason why you can't just go and drop classes. Okay? Yes?
Where do we find out, like, where do we go to find out, like, what the specific grade point averages we need to maintain to?
We're going to go over that. Yeah, you'll be surprised. It's low. Yeah, we're going to go over that. Good question. So grade point average, you must maintain a certain grade point average in order to remain eligible for financial aid. If a class is dropped or failed, you have to, of course, pay to take it again. Grades are going to be posted online after your final exams. We don't mail report cards home. The grades in Blackboard are not official. Okay, your My Shelton account is where your grades will be found. Get in the habit of checking your email daily. Okay, that is the official method of communication between Shelton State and the student, is email. Okay, we also are on Facebook and on Twitter. Okay, so you can follow us on both of those social media sites. Financial aid, they're going to communicate through email. They're going to send emails. Don't forget deadline dates. Okay, and it's not going to work out when you say, I didn't know that. Well, an email was sent to you 2 weeks ago. Well, I didn't check my email. Whose responsibility is it? It's yours. Okay? College is your responsibility. So make sure that you're checking your email at least once daily. Okay? Because that's where the information is going to come. Keep a calendar of important dates and events. Of course, we don't provide meals. There are no dorms here. Some community colleges have dorms, but we do not at Shelton. I've already mentioned that you will be given a Bucks Mail email address. For those of you who have not activated that, we're going to do that in here to get you started with that. Blackboard is one of our online resources. We do have a helpline that's on the website that you can click into if you need some help, or if your Blackboard's not working, that you can fill out a request to get some help. The calendar is also on the website. The tutoring schedule is on the website. There is also an appeals, complaints, problems, issues page on the website. And these are some more frequently asked questions that we have. What is the difference between dropping a class, withdrawing from a class, and then withdrawing from school totally? Well, dropping a class, you do that in the first day or two of classes. It does not appear on your transcript. Okay? Bless you. Withdrawing from a class will appear on your transcript. So if your transcript is going to go with you for the rest of your life. When I applied for this job 4 years ago, I had to turn in my transcript from college when I graduated a long time ago. Okay, so it's going to stay with you. If I have a lot of W's on my transcript, what is that going to say about me? I have a problem following through, right? I couldn't finish things. Okay, so be careful about withdrawing from classes. And then withdrawing from school, which means you would have to reapply in order to be accepted back into Shelton. There are deadlines that you have to adhere to. After certain deadlines, you aren't able to drop classes anymore, but those deadlines are going to be on the website. Those deadlines are going to be on all the video monitors that you'll see throughout the campus. If you forget your PIN number, same thing. There's going to be there's places to go for that as well. Any questions or comments? Nope.